Much of what we said about Panarin applies to Alexis Lafreniere as well. We'll see what he brings tonight.
Starts the game with Mika Zibanejad and Will Cooley. Fox and Gavrikov on defense.
That's unfortunate. It was a good zone time shift, just getting the cycle going. This fourth line's done it a lot this year.
Shot by Gavrikov is gloved by Hofer. A year ago tomorrow, when Montgomery coached his first game with St. Louis, Berard had an assist that night, and Berard hits the outside of the goalpost. Almost good pressure down low from Laba, Sherry, and Berard.
Exactly. This is a great shot. Coming out of the corner, simplifying, throwing it to the net, far pad, but low. Creates a rebound. There's Berard going to the back post.
Now the veteran Justin Falk has had a terrific season. Here's Tucker. Backhands in. Sticked aside by Shesterkin. Played by Fox. Knocked to the ice by Broberg. Laba keeps it alive for Sherry. Now Laba comes over. Puck played by Fox. Shot was blocked by Shen. Now the outlet pass up the middle. Braden Shen moving it on Shesterkin, who makes the stop.
You see here again, nice work from Berard getting it back up to Fox, but another shot blocked. Braden Shen recognizes that it's not going to get through. I'm going to take off. He gets the breakaway. Trying to go 5-hole.
Panarin comes back to play the puck. Now the outlet pass. Carried across by Trocheck. Leaving it for Brodzinski. Oh, it deflects towards Hofer.
And just watch the Garden Vision to see how he didn't score it. It was exactly the same thing we saw from Brett Berard earlier.
Early for the Rangers. Thanks, John. Here's Fox. Hofer plays the puck. Gives it away to Brodzinski, who sends it back towards the net off the St. Louis goaltender. Now Panarin with it for Brodzinski. Long shot. That's gloved through a screen. Cuts back the other way. Radish stays with him. Kyrou out to Fowler. Saved by Shesterkin. Puck now controlled by Noah Laba. Toropchenko next man on it. Toropchenko towards the net. Now Panarin ahead for Fox. Shot from a tough angle is stopped and then gathered in by Hofer. Just under 6 to play in the opening period from the Garden. Here's Toropchenko. Puts on the brakes, waiting for teammates. Saved by Shesterkin. Here's Connor Sherry. Noah Laba with the puck. Dropping it back off for Berard. Saved by Hofer. We can hear Berard calling for the puck.
Pretty much the blueprint of what you want from the call-up from Brett Berard. He's just making the right play. Gets, reacquainted into the play. He's screaming. As you said, Kenny, we could hear him from up here. This line's been good. Again, I said it a few times already, but they're going in straight lines. The Rangers have created a lot of offense just from...
Gavrikov controls. And now Lafreniere. Lafreniere for Cooley. Back for Zibanejad, and the save by Hofer. Radish had it taken away by Holloway. Work back out to the point for Broberg. Now Parayko for Broberg. Holloway with a shot. He scores!
Yeah, that's unfortunate because out of the corner, Radish is a little slow, and he gets stick checked. And again, the rotation's fine. The coverage is okay. You see Holloway just change the angle. He drags it in, just barely gets it by.
Gavrikov holds in. Sends it back for Panarin. A shot, and that's gloved by Hofer as Brodzinski was knocked to the ice at the top of the crease. Off the stick of the goal scorer, Holloway. Now 5 seconds. Robert Thomas with it. Backhand shot blocked in front. Clear to the... This intercepts. Here comes Neighbors. Into the Ranger zone. Puck comes around following the shot by Snuggerud. Let down by Tucker. Here's Holloway, who has the St. Louis goal. Suter with the lead pass and a glove save on Kyrou.
In clogged lanes, it's difficult to penetrate the neutral zone.
Plus you have the long change in the second period.
Exactly.
Pass too far for Shen. T-I-X. Laba. Sherry. Berard. Shot by Sherry. Knocked down by Hofer. And now Sherry slides it across. Rangers enter the blue zone. Berard for Laba. Redirected. It's covered by Hofer.
You see Berard just trying to slide it to space. It's a great center lane drive from Lava here. Tucker does a pretty good job here lifting the stick. You got to time that right. Careful not to get it up.
But Fox was heading the other way.
Try not to let him change here. Get it up quick.
Lead pass up the middle. Brodzinski, cross ice, Trocheck, score!
Good shifts in a row. This is Fox waiting patiently, seeing a play develop. Rangers get fresh bodies as well. Brodzinski with a great pass. Looks like he has an opportunity. Probably could shoot it. He's between the hash marks. You see him drive wide. Trocheck doesn't give up on it either. He comes, gets as much.
Trocheck from Brodzinski and Fox. 10:06 in the second period. Here comes Radish looking for the stick of Edstrom. Braden Snyder in the box for high sticking. First power play of the game as Falk shoots. Pad saves Shesterkin. Here's Kyrou. Kyrou's pass blocked off. Down to 5 minutes remaining in the period.
That one maybe should have just gone down deep because then he was playing wing for about 40 seconds.
Now here's Trocheck. Oh! Great opportunity for Panarin. Turned aside by Hofer. Bouncing it to the left of the Rangers' goal. Buchnevich and Gavrikov come together. Here's Neighbors unable to get the shot away. Broberg back out. Neighbors stopped by Shesterkin. Down low for Kyrou. Back around to Cam Fowler. Here's Thomas with it. Finds Falk with a shot, and that's gloved by Shesterkin. Now Cooley settles the puck down, and he clears. Now Falk picked off. Cooley. Will Cooley in with a shot of the save by Hofer.
Sort of what we see in overtime now at 3-on-3. When it's 5-on-5, there should be that connectivity that they're talking about. Everybody close together. Battles all over the ice. That's how the game is played when it's...
Score! Gavrikov from the left point with traffic in front. The Rangers have their first lead of the night. Lafreniere.
If you watch it, it's sort of pinballing around. No one really has full control. Low to high-ish, and a wrist shot that gets through. Right prior, you see Lafreniere's stick come across. When the shot's high, you tip it down.
40 seconds into the third period. The Rangers take the lead. So Gavrikov will pick up an assist after his 2-point game Saturday. Snuggerud pushing the puck too far ahead. Blues nearly had a 3-on-1 break. Now Neighbors stopped by Shesterkin. Over to play the puck. Now Sundqvist out for Toropchenko. And now Mayu with a shot blocker to side.
Both teams know that.
Blues control the draw. Here's Fowler. 13.5 remaining in regulation. Fowler's shot gloved. Panarin's shot missed the net. Brodzinski sends it back around. Here's Panarin. Shoots. Saved by Hofer. Panarin with it again. Good play by Berard. Berard with the puck. Spinning on Broberg. Out to the point. Vaakanainen with a drive right on, and the glove save made by Hofer. Carrick wins the face-off. Back to Gavrikov, gloved by Hofer. Rangers control. Here's Fox for Gavrikov. Gavrikov has a point on 3 straight Ranger goals. Now Carrick out to Fox. Shot deflected on the way in. Centering pass, score! Adam Edstrom makes it 3-1 Rangers.
There was 2 opportunities off draws where there were shots from the point. This whole shift starts again with the shot from the point, but you see again, there's a high cycle with Gavrikov and Carrick. Gavrikov is down in the corner making this pass to Edstrom.
Edstrom from Gavrikov and Fox to give the Rangers a 3-1 lead. Now Broberg. Parayko shoots. Shesterkin looking for it. Puck in the corner. Picked up by Kyrou. Back out it comes to Falk. 3.5 remaining in the third. Here's Kyrou with a shot off the glove of Shesterkin. And 2:45 in the third. Here's Thomas across. One pass too many. Now Thomas with it. Shoots at it. Deflects high. Cooley.
You know you want to be aggressive when you're out there that long. That's when you can shrink your defensive box where you're trying to. You want to have pressure, but you have to protect it front. You see Gavrikov there down, and big save from Igor. And then this one is deflected, I think. Yeah, right there from Buchnevich off the crossbar.
Takes behind the Ranger net. Out to the point. Mayer with a shot off the bar. Under 2 to play in the third. Berard getting set to return. Rangers kill off the double minor. Here's Mayer with a shot, missed the net. Snyder sends it up the boards and out.
All facets.
Blues control, it's Fowler. Now Falk. Buchnevich towards the net, score! So St. Louis cuts it to 1 with 1:15 on the clock.
They go to work, and this is really just a lucky bounce. It's a lucky bounce for St. Louis. Buchnevich
Shen pulls it back, comes out of the zone, and that will do it. A collective sigh of relief by the Rangers and their fans. They had a 3-1 lead, had to kill off a 4-minute power play, late goal by Shen.